A USB-C cable plugs into the left side of the keyboard. The air pump on the right supplies the air to the keyboard, and you're able to hide this under the desk so it's out of the way. The switch on the cable that connects to the keyboard controls the air. Now let's get into the lighting. There are some controls on the keyboard that you can use to change the lighting effects without needing the software. The P in the left bracket control the brightness, and the semicolon and the apostrophe control the lighting speed. These two buttons control the lighting effects. The one on the left has some built-in light sequences. And this button on the right controls all the reactive lighting modes. These modes react to each keystroke that you hit. And this last one's the coolest. It actually dances to music. Alright, now let's get into the software and show you how much you can customize the keyboard. So first off, when you open up the software, this is what you're going to see. And over here on the left, you see these three layers. These are the three profiles you can customize. On the keyboard, you'll see under the W, E, and R, there's 1, 2, and 3. And those are these three profiles right here. In order to switch to them, you hold the FN key at the bottom right of the keyboard, and then you hit whichever profile you want to switch to. So being a 60% keyboard, obviously you don't have the arrow keys. You don't have any of the page up, page down, insert keys over here. You don't have the F1 keys, the function keys. Those are all missing when you try to come down to the 60%. But actually, with this function key over here, we have all those secondary keys on this keyboard. So if you look at the top of the keyboards, all these keys up here are the function keys, F1 through 12. Then these keys over here control some of the lighting. And here is all the insert, page up, page down, delete, home, all those navigation keys are right here. You have the arrow keys down here on the keys. Let me show you over here. So they're down here on these keys over here. And in order to use all these keys, all the extra secondary keys like the function keys, instead of using like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 through 9, you hold the function key. That's what this extra key down here is. The FN is a function key. So you hold that down, and all the other little white letters on the keyboard will work if you hold that key down. In order to use the arrows on this keyboard, you'd normally have to hold the FN, then you hit this to go up, or FN and hit Control to go right. But on my first layer, with this keyboard, I'm able to set it so that this key works as a normal arrow. So it just works like up. Let me show you how to set that. I'm going to go up here, I'm going to delete this. So right now you can see it's back to a slash, right? So right now that's going to work as a slash. But in order to set this, I'm going to hover on this key and go up through here. Now you got to watch out when you go up here, because I noticed like if you don't follow this orange connector right there, it'll disappear. Like if you just try to go here, you got to go right up on the orange. So you just got to follow up through the middle there, and then you can go over here. So you go up here, click the function. Then you go down here and click the up. And you can see now the up arrow is on this key. So if I want to see, let's say do this one, I'm going to delete this one. So now it just works as Alt. Let's say I want to put it as a U. So I click this key, hit function, and click U. So now that key would work as a U. But I don't really want that, so I'm going to switch it back to the left arrow. Delete that, click it, hit left. Then you go down here, hit the check mark first, and you hit apply. Now let's get to the lighting. So if you look over here up on the top left, you can see we're in the functions tab. Let's switch over to lighting over here. So right off the bat, you have a bunch of standard lighting modes that you can choose from. But then if you go all the way up here, you can see the DIY static light. So if you click that, this is where the real fun comes. So if we click this, we'll go back to the keyboard. So this is what it looks like right now. I want to take all the lights off. I'm going to click black and delete all and make all these lights black, so there's no light. So black is essentially no light. So customizing with this light's really cool. You can do it pretty much however you want. So you can select this whole row, make it pink. You can make individual keys yellow if you want to do every other one yellow. Now you go down here, click check mark, and then hit apply. And that's it. So you can customize these keyboards to however you want. Now let's go up to macros. So up here you can see the macro. Let's click that. Click the plus sign to add a new macro. Hit OK. So this is your macro. Now over here on the left side, this is where you create the macros and all the functions it has. So we'll hit record up here, and we'll just do UIO, hit stop. You're able to customize this with these tools over here. So if you want to change the delay, instead of 108 seconds, let's just change it to like a 50-second delay. So you hit edit, delete, 108, let's make it 50, and so on. You can do that for all these. You can move delays up and down. You want to adjust stuff. Now we have this macro created. We're going to go back over to the onboard settings, and we'll go to whichever layer. You can go add the macro to whatever layer you want. So we'll go to layer 2 or layer 1. Hit the macro over here. Hit the key you want to make the macro, so we'll make the left alt the macro in this example. Hit macro 2. Hit the check mark down here, and then hit apply. Now you see the macro 2 is on this key. Alright, let's check it out on the browser. So I'm going to hit the alt. I'm just going to hit the alt key one time, and it should, if we did it right, do UIO. There it is. See, it typed it by itself. You heard the one, I hit it one time, and it just typed out the UIO. And that was a quick little tutorial of how the Ventus One works.